Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where it's finally the day to head up to Chartwell to collect my AMG GT Black Series now that it is Solarbeam Yellow. We've been seeing the transformation, the car being stripped down, being painted, and now it has been reassembled and it's time to go and collect it. Of course, when it comes to the Shmeemobiles, I do rather like my bright and bold colours, particularly this. I still can't quite get my head around the fact that here in the Shmuseum is a bright viola bast Hurricane STO. That thing is insane, and very soon we'll have that side by side with the GT Black Series. Today though, we're going to be heading up to Chartwell to be joined by Tony from Turbo Transport to see the car for the first time, to get it loaded up into the Turbo Transport trailer, to bring it back down to Topaz, because of course it needs to go through the PPF process to get it ready for the road and for the adventures that are coming up very soon. We'll talk more about that later on, the painting process, and then going for PPF. I think today we'll be heading in the G63, another outing for that up to Chartwell. I'm just looking forward to seeing this. It's been a long time coming, the Solarbeam GT Black Series. If you've been following for a while, you know how much of a fan I am of bright and bold colour choices when it comes to the Shmeemobiles, and I think the Viola Bast on the STO is the absolute epitome of that, although the GT Black Series and Solarbeam is going to be right up there. Now in fact, this goes back, well I guess to the original AMG GTR that, believe it or not, I collected 4 years ago, the Beast of the Green Hell, although mine in straight black paint we nicknamed the Beast of the Black Hell. After about 9 months, I wrapped that car in a yellow, very similar to Solarbeam, as a sign of things to come should a GT Black Series be released, and especially should I be lucky enough to get an allocation. Well, when the car launched here in the UK, we had a very limited selection of colour choices. No paint to sample, no PTS, you couldn't make up your own colour. They had stripped Solarbeam as an option completely across the AMG range, in fact, and we could only choose between 8 different colours. And while the launch colour, Magma Beam, which is very similar to the hoodie I'm wearing now, looks incredible, I wanted to go Solarbeam. So that's exactly why it went up to Chartwell, why we've gone through the transformation, stripped the car down, seen some of the paintwork itself, and it's now been reassembled and ready today to go and see the completed result, to see what it looks like, and to bring it on the way back towards the Shmuseum very shortly. Now when it comes to the Shmeemobiles, we have Midnight Green on the Taycan, we have Cerulean Blue on the Senna, we have Liquid Red on the GT, we have the Viola Bast on the STO, we have the Orion Purple on the 675 LT, we have the Cobalt Blue on the GT8, we have the Cerulean Blue on the G63, the Teeth Orange on the Heritage RS, the Pearl White on the GR Yaris, the Hyacinth Red on the GTR Roadster, the Isle of Man Green on the M3 Competition, the Glacial Blue on the Vantage Roadster, the Silver Clio, the Diamond White C63 Black Series, and a couple currently missing, it has to be said, including some other very bright colours. But there are no cars here in yellow. The Hethel Yellow Amira will be arriving next year, but the GT Black Series has this incredible multi-layer Solarbeam paint. It is stunning, and today we're going to see it. Hopefully the sun is going to be out so we can get a lovely view of it. If you're wondering about the sunglasses, my eye is still a little bit messed up again, so please do excuse me for that, but everything here is looking nice. We'll have to get the G63 ready and very shortly pull it on out to head up, get on the road to go see what the GT Black Series is like. We're nearly there then, about 120 miles or something, driving in the G63, which is so good for this kind of drive. We actually arrive, as I've said before, just past Pride Park, the Derby County Football Stadium, on our way up. I've actually been up to Chartwell now a lot of times. Obviously the last visit was to come and see the main body of this very car being painted. After they'd done all the panels, the bonnet, the doors, the accessories, you could say, the last visit was to come and see the main car itself turning yellow and the process, because Solarbeam is a multi-layer pearlescent paintwork. It takes a lot of work to do it and to get it right, and as I said earlier, it was impossible to have Solarbeam from factory, so where better to go than the officially authorised top-end Mercedes-Benz repair shop, Chartwell, who have done such a good job obviously with my cars prior to now that they've worked on. So I know that this is going to be a superb result. It is going to look better than factory, and it will be back together completely. And there are a few other very specific details we've done on top. For example, the colouring over the boot that's normally gloss black, and the badges that we talked about last time. They found a special way to make the badges fit a little bit more with the yellow paintwork. It is just a minute or so away ahead of us now, and I think Tony with the trailer is going to be somewhere chasing a little bit too, and we will see the car and then go from there. So as we go around this corner, I wonder if they're going to have it in the showroom. We will see on the left, just after we go around this building here, waiting for it. Tight on the left, is it waiting for us?
Is it inside? Can't see yet. So we go around. It's probably under a cover. I think it is. Is it somewhere? Somewhere? We'll see it in a moment. Let's park up and go inside. Go find this car.
We're inside then. It's time to take a look at this. Let's have a little sneak peek at the front here. Check that out. That paint colour is just magnificent. We'll pull this back fully in just a moment. Before we do though, very quickly, we also have a new design to coincide with the GT Black Series, now in Solarbeam, a limited edition in the Cheers by Shmee 150 shop. You can check those out, limited to just 75 in total, along with a number of other designs as well. The previous one that we had also up, along with a few others. That's really cool with this car, but I think we should take a look at it. So, should we have the reveal then, here at Chartwell, of the Solarbeam GT Black Series? Let's do this. Check this out. It is absolutely stunning. This is so cool and exactly what I've been imagining for such a long time, and I can't quite believe it's finally here. Obviously there were some delays taking delivery of the car. It's taken a while to do the work, naturally, with everything being done, but just look at this. The paint is magnificent. There are a few special details. For example, here, the lip on the carbon fiber is underneath the lacquer, so this is completely smooth. Beautiful finishing. As you look around it, all of the different parts. There are a few things you might spot. For example, we don't have the badges on yet, which is because obviously this is going straight to Topaz for PPF. It's much easier to do the badges on top of the PPF to have a clean appearance later. Now up top, spot the difference here. This used to be gloss black because it went into the gloss black rear boot lid area, which I opted to have done in the Solarbeam Yellow. No regrets at all. I thought this might look a little bit awkward, but it really doesn't. It fits perfectly. I just realised the cover is still caught on the edge of that massive wing. This is very few words. This next to the STO, they're going to be so cool together. And the badges, by the way, just to touch on these over here, what we've got, obviously, is the GT Black Series badge, the AMG badge, which interestingly is slightly curved because of the way it goes around on the boot lid itself. But these are the big one we talked about before. The backing of the V8 is normally bright red, which would look a little bit odd on my car because there's nothing else that's red. And on these, the guys here at Chartwell have been able to separate those very carefully, paint them gloss black, and I think they're going to fit much more naturally when they go onto the front wings of this. Everything about it though, I mean, look at this. Shuts, all completely perfect. It's better than factory. The quality of this paint is just phenomenal. If we open up the engine bay, come and have a look around here as well. Obviously the gurney's back on there. Inside here, magnificent. You would never look at this and think that was anything other than how it left the factory. And this was all by design. Choosing to do it in the Graphite Grey Magno gives you this very neutral effect of anything that's left without having to completely disassemble the powertrain in order to do obviously the full respray. And even the cleanliness of the line that you have around the lip there with the carbon fiber bonnet up front. It's all just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Obviously it's sitting here at the moment with the front splitter extended, full track spec, as we'll have it in no time at all over at the Nürburgring. It's like with the STO. I'm just flabbergasted looking at it. It's everything that we tried to plan with renders and how we hoped it was going to turn out and how we hoped it was going to look. And I think the decisions for the badges and also for the boot were absolutely the right decisions. But obviously we're gonna have to get it out very shortly. I say that like it's a bad thing. We'll take the car out, go and get it loaded up into the trailer to make its way down towards Topaz. To pull the car outside then, let's have a start up. Hear the sound of this? Yeah, that doesn't sound as good as the STO, I'm not gonna lie. New flat plane crank V8. We're gonna need to do something about that before long. Out it comes then, into natural light with the Solarbeam. No bright sunshine today, but this is looking the part. That is a seriously cool piece of kit. It was exactly here, of course, that we had the Mystic Blue of the SLS a year and a half ago. But look at this, look at this. I can't believe it. That is absolutely epic. We've just been taking a few photos then of the car. Of course, it's not entirely finished. It will be completed after the PPF with the remaining badges all installed. But this is really, really special. We also have Tony, who was just driving it, in fact, to bring it out. Turbo Transport with the trailer over there, who's going to be towing this back onwards while we make our way in the G63. Technically, we could have put it in a trailer behind the G, but I didn't have enough time to arrange today to go and rent a trailer. Maybe in the future, I will need to buy one. For now, though, can't get my head over this. It's truly breathtaking. And with the other cars, like the STO and the other bright shades of Shmeemabiles in the garage, it's all going to be awesome. Before we can load this up in the trailer, we actually have to pop the splitter back in, and there's a bit of a process to this. You kind of have to do this very manually, and it's not the easiest thing to do. Obviously, trackside, when you've got a bit of time for the race preparation, you can certainly get it done. But here, it's a bit of a fiddle. Get those pieces out, and then this has to go all the way in with some latches on the underside. There we go, find both of those. You have to give it a proper push. Done. Okay, this can now go and get loaded. The first time for me then, seeing this car on the move, the SH61 MEE plate on the GT Black Series, SH62 being on the SLS and SH60 being on the C63 Black Series, and of course 63 on the G63. Gentle murmur from the car, you can probably barely hear it on the video, as Tony manoeuvres it in. All good, Tony?
All good. Maneuvers in.
Hold them in nice and safe. All ready to be strapped in and loaded properly for the first time in Solarbeam here with Turbo Transport. That is a seriously wide car. Wow. Very cool. Liking that. We shall get ready then to continue our journey in the G63 in just a second. Two very different AMGs, both based around 4-litre bi-turbo V8s, both on their way back towards London. Fast forward and we've made it to Topaz. Sun is starting to set and that is looking epic. I've only not seen it for a couple of hours. That's so good. That's so cool. Solarbeam GT Black Series, ready to be unloaded, taken in here at Topaz. Yeah, this is what we like. Big thanks as always to Tony, Mr. Turbo Transport, for bringing this down, getting it safely here to Topaz, where it's going to get the full works. I think that sounded better here than it did in the showroom earlier. The GT Black Series will emerge, unfortunately not with the sunshine. Would have been lovely to get some nice sunshine. We've actually been driving through the rain to get back here. But one thing that's really incredible about the quality of work at Chartwell is how many hours they've spent by hand finishing, polishing and perfecting the quality of the paint on this. And you can really see it. It's hard, I think, to explain in full, but when you look at the reflections and the clarity across the bodywork, it's to a very high degree, which is obviously what you want before you install PPF. It is quickly then getting towards the end of the day, but this is where the GT Black Series will enter the Topaz workshop to receive the full paint protection film treatment across all of the body panels. All of the carbon fibre still has the PPF from before when we came to visit, to protect it for the miles that I did, to do some running in before, of course, doing the full respray to make sure that everything was absolutely perfect. But this visually, with the addition of the badges, is how this car will look. It is exactly how I had imagined it, and I cannot wait to get it out on the roads properly, to have a lot of fun taking it far and wide. And when I say far and wide, there are some very big plans with this, potentially around the world of sorts. We shall see exactly how everything evolves with it in time. I will of course be popping back here to Topaz to go through some of the process to see exactly how this progresses along the way before all is ready and set to take this, the SLS, the C63 Black Series, the G63 and potentially the GTR Roadster, we shall see, on a journey to AMG across to Germany with them all next week, which sounds mad. I cannot wait. That's going to be absolutely awesome. Anyway, for today, the result is incredible. The new designs we have, of course, are now available as well. Make sure to check these out in the Cheers by Shmee150 shop. I really like this. Little inspiration about where that might be and where this car is very soon going to be going as well. So a huge thanks to Chartwell. It's awesome to have been a bit behind the scenes, to have brought you along as well to see this transformation, which is now complete, onto Topaz, and then it's time to get the miles started. And this is going to do a lot. That's it for today though. Thank you very much for watching as always, guys. I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.